Before we get started, I'm going to take 5 seconds of your day to say we have streams on Twitch and YouTube. We have a Discord, link is in the description below. And please drop a like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.
How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet. Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
Damn, I'm trash.
You murdered her.
Oh god.
Damn, interesting. Oh fuck.
So this is when I first fucking come to meet him. This is when I've been accused of murder.
Must we meet, Monsieur de Richet? Do you mind if I call you Louis?
Please do.
Thank you. I wish to apologize wholeheartedly for the seas that I wasn't
Yo,
even
bro,
here
you're
to
crazy.
Bro, you need those bits
When I
for your
asked you to
3
join us here,
children.
it was,
Yeah.
of course, in the hope that you would help us find your mother. But an act of horrific...
Do you want me to do something in the game for you, bro?
Occurred during
You
the
want to
night.
make the next decision, J.
And
Cole
I do not
Beach?
know if this is linked to the disappearance of Sarah.
Yeah. Do you want like a decision for each child? Each one of your 3? Or 5? That's actually 5 children, if you think about it. Twins plus the 3 children.
Oh, true.
That's tough. Alright, what should I do here? No, just do what you do. Just do what I do. Alright, brethren.
A link with my mother?
What do you mean? Okay, so this is homeboy Mortimer.
This is fucking Mortimer.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit him with a, what do you mean?
What are you getting at? What act of violence?
We found Elizabeth Adams' body in her room. She was brutally murdered, stabbed several times. I'll get straight to the point, Louis. According to the initial elements at my disposal, you were the last person to see her alive.
Yes, last night we, Do you suspect me?
I want you to tell me everything that happened last night and leave nothing out. Tell me, how did the evening begin?
Duchess
Not good.
Hillsborough and I were returning to our rooms when Elizabeth came up to us. She was in a state of panic and insisted that she needed to speak to me. She said she feared for her life. I took my leave of the Duchess and followed
Why, are you
Elizabeth
playing with
to
my
her room.
Medusa?
Continue.
She insisted we have a drink, without which she refused to confide anything.
What exactly did she want to speak about?
She thought she'd seen her mom. She thought she saw your mom.
Damn, Jacob. Hit it with a $11 right there, buddy. Golly. What exactly did she want to speak about?
She said she saw your mom. I feel like we should be truthful with Mortimer.
She
I mean,
claimed
this
she
dude fucking-
saw
this
my
dude
mother
might
the
be
previous
immortal.
evening on the cliff,
mom did
if I
like
remember
him.
correctly.
Or was intrigued by it.
Interesting. I will send someone as soon as
But he
possible.
might be trying to kill your mom. I
But
don't know.
do go on.
It seems really
I refused to go on drinking with her. She already seemed drunk and her conversation became confused. So then she ordered me to get out. If only I'd stayed.
Don't blame yourself, Louis. How could you have known? But thank you for this new information.
Louis, I shan't hide the fact that this tragedy puts me in a very delicate situation. I cannot risk upsetting the smooth operation of our next conference. But the case cannot remain unaddressed. I must reassure my guests, and justice will be done. And for that to happen, I must ask for your help.
Why is that?
You met Elizabeth. You spoke together, I believe. She trusted you. Listen, Louis. Find out who could have committed this murder. I refuse to believe that one of my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible for this.
Maybe Emily's just jealous.
And I trust you. You have my backing. You must stop at nothing.
So we gotta figure out who did
Can
this.
I count on you?
Of course. How would you like me to proceed?
I am a detective.
Maybe you could start by going to the scene of the crime.
Of course.
Elizabeth
I'll just
was
hang out like
attacked
Sherlock Holmes,
in her
man.
room.
Now you're actually playing Heavy Rain.
Quick strike to the right cubicle.
Discombobulate.
Discombobulate. Fine smack to the left orbital. Are there any suspects?
Do you have any suspects in mind, my lord?
I spent most of the night talking with Sir Gregory and His Eminence Piaggi. So I think you can remove them from the list of suspects. Monsieur Bonaparte and President Washington left the party after midnight, I believe. They were tired and went up to bed.
Bed. That's bad.
Can you tell me anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you. Get over there and form your own opinion.
Idiot. You can decide for yourself.
Right. I'll get over there immediately.
Of course.
Thank you, Louis. Now, once you've finished, come back and let me know your findings. I'll be waiting. And Louis, you've got permission to search through the guests' rooms. They've all been notified and they agree.
Oh. Finna get nosy. You think you can hide anything from me, bro? Look at this sky drop. This is from Game of Thrones.
Piaggi's just chilling over here.
Dude, yo, what's up, homie Piaggi, yo?
Your Eminence.
What you reading, dude?
Your Eminence, I imagine that you've heard the news
I
about
bet he's
Miss
the evil
Adams.
guy.
What a tragedy, my son.
course
How
he-
could
fucking
such a
card.
thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss
Okay, so could
Adams'
be
room.
Bonaparte or Peru.
But I would not want to get an innocent man into
I'd probably
trouble.
say it's Peru.
It's
I
probably
mean, he was like
not.
beating her ass the other day.
True.
But if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Peru. You remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
Facts. Deuces, Pellegrini. Oh yeah,
Simple. Water.
water bending style.
Just grab all your jellies that you leave out, sir.
Which four-letter word could open this chest?
Poop.
Oh, yeah, it gives me the words. Oh, of course it's, okay, a four-letter word. Probably
What are the other letters?
starts with C. Let's go to the second letter. Okay. Probably A. That would make sense. Let's case. Okay, we did make a word there. Cass.
I think you'd have to find a clue somewhere. TBH.
Ass.
Alright, I think this is what it wants, to be honest.
What do you mean, bro?
Bro, fuck this. We'll come back to it. Yeah.
Yo.
Is it Zeal? Z-E-A. No.
Zeal?
Is it Zeus? Hell yeah.
Told me we should just leave, bro.
I did. Oh, turn around. Look at this more shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Zeus is a good guess.
You gonna just be fucking around with Lord Merlin right there, bro?
Yeah, I'm finna take my fucking trousers off.
Start peeing off into the hole.
Yeah, I thought this was what I was for. So my children could travel great heights. Actually, we need to go to every single room.
We should start with
Okay, we're basically...
whose room is this? Corner.
Why is it any cool? I'm like the game warden, bro. You're not letting me in, dude.
I'm gonna get a warrant.
Dude, no, I don't even need a warrant. I'm a game warden. Game wardens can just break into houses.
Just couldn't avoid it. Why not? Talk to him. Be like, where were you last night? Hit him with a classic. Where were you last night?
Good day, Monsieur
Kill
de
him.
Richet.
Mr. Volner, are you looking for anything in particular? Next to Elizabeth's room?
No, nothing special.
Oh my god, this dude is fucking.
I bet he's just laying a trap for me.
You think he's playing you?
Yeah. I gotta say. You look dodgy, bud.
I don't know, dude. I could, but bro, you hold all the cards. You could be like, I'm gonna just tell Lord Mortimer you did it.
I'd have thought this is not really the shortest way to get to your suite.
Yes, I wasn't really looking where I was going. I shall leave you now, sir. I will return to my room.
Now we'll go to Elizabeth's room, bud.
Whose room is this?
George Washington.
Hello, George. I'm searching the premises.
George, I'm going to flip everything in your room upside down. Well, this is a drug bust.
Inspector's journal.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
I'm agile.
A map of Vermont.
Weird.
Vermont is weird. Let me just steal all your shit, George.
Oh, what's
My dear
this?
George,
I'd like to invite
I'd like to invite you to join me as planned at my place. I have a
Who's
project
William?
to show you.
I don't know.
It is time that the United States played a more important role on the world stage. I understand your reluctance of playing with fire. I know your new country is very young, but rest assured that I would do nothing to jeopardize what we have built together. I look forward to seeing.
It looks like a note between Emily and Washington about trade deals.
I'm just too stupid.
Upgrade your politics.
Can I do like... No.
You could use a golden elixir, I think.
Altercations.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost. Portrait of George Washington.
You know, picture of me next to my bed.
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better.
Yeah. Alright, go ask him shit.
Alright, George, you're finna get slapped around.
Greetings.
You've never been a detective like
Mr.
this
President,
before.
you can guess why I'm here.
Of course.
Lord Mortimer has sent me to ask you a few questions about last night.
It's... How am I going to tell Elizabeth's father that she's dead?
I know, Mr. President. I shall endeavor to find out the truth about this tragedy. I must ask you to help me, though. Please.
Find the degenerate pig who did this, Louis.
Okay. Looks like he's grieving. What's your alibi?
Had he spoken to her? Let's ask him. Have you said anything?
Tell me, Mr. President, had you spoken to Elizabeth since your arrival? You know her father. You thought she was dead.
No, I didn't. And I believe I'll be taking my remorse with me to my grave. I wanted to, but I didn't know where to begin.
You can't blame yourself. You couldn't have known that her days were numbered. Are you all right, Mr. President? Are you feeling all right?
Oh, don't worry. It's this rotten toothache. What do you expect? I'm no spring chicken now.
I'm talking to all the guests to find out who has an alibi and, well, who doesn't, Mr. President. Can you tell me what you were doing last night so that I can strike your name off the list?
I spent the night right here, reading.
All night?
Exactly.
Give me those juicy
Emily
deets.
stopped by in the middle of the night. You can ask her. She wanted to talk about some business we have in common.
Anything whatsoever to do with Elizabeth?
Not at all, Louis. A business matter.
Do you know if she had any enemies, Mr. President?
Not that I know of. I heard about her altercation with Mr. Perry, but that case was closed, if I'm not mistaken. But if in doubt, I wouldn't leave any door unopened. And I'd go and question your fellow countrymen.
Don't worry, countryman or not. I'm not letting anybody slip through the cracks.
George W. don't have an alibi.
Dude, no, I hear you.
Do you know why she came to the island?
To get help, if I'm not
Yo,
mistaken.
Calzak's gaming
Isn't that
headquarters.
right?
Indeed. Sir Gregory suggested to her father
should go pick
that
up
he
some
introduce
ice
her to
cream.
Lord Mortimer to see if he could help her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah? Oh, wait. Sir Gregory suggested to her father that he introduces her to Lord Mortimer to see if he could help her. Okay, Sir Gregory, which is the ugly, crusty guy, suggested to Steve Adams, John Adams, whatever his name is, that he introduce her to Lord Mortimer. Oh yeah, Stephen Adams. To see if why invite her?
It would appear that she wasn't invited to the conference.
Tell me, George.
That doesn't surprise me. The poor girl was in no way concerned by our business, and she had no political clout.
So, I don't understand
Cloutless.
why Sir Gregory invited her during the conference of his good friend Lord Mortimer. He must have realized that he wouldn't have much time to grant her. Preparing a conference does not seem an easy task. On the evening of our arrival, Lord Mortimer didn't even welcome us, what with his being so busy and all.
Yes, you're right, Louis. I didn't think of that. It is indeed rather surprising. The easiest thing to do is simply ask him, you know.
Of course.
Yeah. I'm a little sus of Georgie.
I shan't keep you any
I
longer.
can't even
Mr.
lie.
President.
I mean,
As a
Feel free,
detective,
Louis.
you're sus, but
If
as
there's
a-
anything I can do, just ask.
What's your personal?
Thank
what's
you,
your
Mr.
professional?
President.
personal opinion, I think George was dodging kind of questions and like quick to just like point me in any other direction that's not him. Professional opinion, He's the president of the United States of America. He is dirty, corrupt, and Donald Trump.
George Washington.
Donald Trump of the pre-Donald Trump.
Oh, Wolner's back in his room, so you can probably talk to him now.
I'll strangle him. Damn. I don't think I've met Manuel Gotti yet.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Where were you last night, Elizabeth?
Emily. Did you kill Elizabeth Adams?
Dear E,
I received
I
your
received your last
This is
letter.
from yours, E.
Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission should under no circumstances hamper Sir Gregory's plans. Decidedly, they have support from the highest level in Buckingham Palace.
Who's E?
So here we both
Emily
are, hands and feet
her
tied,
sister.
Yeah.
and little room to
Emma and
maneuver.
Emily.
Keep me abreast of events. Our mission is becoming more complicated.
Yes, the French
Yours,
chapter of the
E.
Order doesn't appear to know anything
P.S.
about the arrival
The
of our
French
friend
chapter of the Order
Sarah.
doesn't appear to know anything
My mom.
about the arrival of our friend Sarah. I therefore cannot comment on it.
So there's like, there. Is Sarah not part of the French one?
She is.
The Ladies Waldegrave.
Well,
are
then
written,
why is she the
painted
one
upon
that
the
they?
request of the Waldegrave family, in an effort to find them a husband.
Grammar of Port-Royal. Ah, the artistry of the French language.
Artistry
in
of
all
the
its
French
splendor.
language.
Whoever masters French commands the world. At least une partie.
King George III in coronation robes. Nice touch for the room of an English duchess.
You just rifle through all your shit without saying
A letter from William Pitt the Younger addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Emily has indeed some powerful backers. Madam, thank you for consoling the Queen. The King's situation is worsening, but I wager he'll recover from this present fit. Next time you speak with Her Majesty the Queen, would you please be so kind as to ask her to look into my petition to raise taxes with the King? I will personally see to it. 2 coils circle the lock.
Dear Gregory, thank you for the information. I've managed to find out about the names you gave me. George Washington is a man you can trust. In spite of his obvious talent for politics, he has remained upright and honest. On the other hand, as you may well know, he is already doing business with Lord Mortimer. It will be more difficult to approach him. Napoleon Bonaparte was unknown to me until today. He's a passionate young French soldier.
Invited
who
about
Mortimer
ongoing matter in
predicts a
Paris that
promising
concerns
future.
a receiver
Take
and
heed.
stolen art.
He's a man of
I
conviction.
have no space left.
Dear
I'll retrieve it
Gregory,
later. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
No, this is from Piaggi. You can inform King George of Holy Father's backing. We shall assist you in financing the recruitment of regiments of immigrant royalists to fight against France. Oh, dude, everybody's like stacking against France or something, bro.
Well, remember, France
Queen
is about
Charlotte.
to like go through.
All the royal
Or
family
they're
of
like
England's
going
there
through a
from
bunch of
what I know.
revolution and shit right now.
A letter from William.
So they're
Pitt the
talking about
Elder
backing
addressed to Emily.
Napoleon.
Yeah, I
He was
think
the
so.
English Prime Minister. This letter dates from 15 years ago now.
Or not backing.
Madam, I shall never thank you enough for all your care and attention. I shall be indebted to you until my last
More
breath.
William Pitt stuff.
If you have any request of me, you only need ask.
Wait,
With
who
regards
we
to
asked
my
who
son
was William
William,
earlier?
I shall never thank you enough for looking after him.
Remember? Oh,
You know the
a
latter's
letter to
preferences,
George.
and you
Yeah.
will understand
was
he
from a
needs you
William.
desperately. For that,
think it's
and
the same
as agreed
William.
with Queen Charlotte, our friend Duke Hillsborough will
Maybe.
carry out his task and meet with you within 6 months.
Conspiring with
A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
Alright, time to grill her.
Been killing?
What can I do for you, Louis?
I've come
Been
to see you about
murdering
last night's
people?
tragedy. Did you hear anything about what happened to Elizabeth?
Yes, we all did. Rumors spread quickly, you know. How awful. I didn't know her well, but I hope at least the poor thing didn't suffer too much.
She was only stabbed multiple times. She got stabbed 9 times. Maybe don't say that.
Death came quickly. You can be assured of that.
If such a senseless act can happen here, then none of us is truly safe anywhere. Lord Mortimer must be mortified that one of his guests could have committed such an act, don't you think?
He is indeed very upset about it. It's only natural after such a violent murder.
Violent? What do you mean?
Elizabeth was stabbed 9 times.
Oh my God, Louis. How awful. The murderer must have had a serious grudge against her to set upon her like that. It must have been a crime of passion. Do you know what happened exactly?
In fact, Lord Mortimer has asked me to look into this case, Emily.
Really? Are you Lord Mortimer's snoop now?
Yes.
I'm doing it for Elizabeth, not to please Mortimer.
Good for you. Quite right, too. Have you found out anything?
Have you found out anything? Where were you last night?
I'm now interviewing all the guests to establish the alibis for each person. Just so that I can cross you off the list of suspects, can you tell me what you were doing on the night of the murder?
Am I given to understand that I'm on the list of suspects?
Don't take it the wrong way, but I must consider every possibility.
Well, if you absolutely wanted to be sure of my activities that evening, you only had to join me, you know.
I know, Emily. Especially since I couldn't prevent the murder, even though I spent part of the evening with Elizabeth.
Salt in the
You're
wound.
sure it's not too hard to bear for you?
The fact is, I don't have a choice. But I will find the murderer. I owe Elizabeth that, at least. Did you and Elizabeth get to know each other?
I must admit, Louis, I didn't take much interest in her. I feel a bit guilty about it, but I never actually spoke to her. She seemed burdened by her problems,
Yeah, you want me to
and
hook
as
you
she
up some
wasn't
keys?
invited to the conference, I didn't really seek her out.
To run a wag?
I hear you were in discussions with the Holy See.
Oh, either His Eminence can't keep his tongue from wagging, or you've been poking your nose where you shouldn't, sir.
Even so, Emily, you're raising a royalist army. That's no small matter.
And you are straying from the subject. Is there anything else you wanted to ask me?
I won't keep you long. Thank you for answering
Thanks
my
for
questions.
answering my questions,
See you,
Emily.
Louis.
Who did Mortimer say he was with? Piaggi and who? Bonaparte?
No. Piaggi and someone else.
Volner? Washington.
No. Washington and Bonaparte both left the party early. Or some shit.
Yes, you're right.
Let's go talk to Napoleon.
He's a man who thinks.
The Prince by Machiavelli.
Machiavelli.
Perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
Nice steal. Oh,
Just
you
discovered an immunity.
What is this immunity?
Politics.
He's a political man.
Good thing I'm fucking don't even do that shit. Oh, I can use double sword.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Guess I'll talk to him while this thing's going on.
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
He was seen lurking.
Someone saw you not far from the victim's room. Can you tell me what you were...
I can tell you that someone is... I wanted to warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, and I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, now I know why. What an idiot I was not to insist. I could have...
I've been studying him for a while now, yet I'm surprised how easy it was for me to read him. I wish they all could be like that. My investigation would be finished already. Did you hear about young...
Indeed.
Lord Mortimer at...
I know. You no doubt I spent the night down...
Can you tell me who was...
Well, there were Lord Mortimer, President Washington, and Sir Gregory.
Thank you.
Ah, and His Eminence Piaggi as well.
Dude, it was
Excuse
fucking
me, I knew...
Napoleon.
No, they said that Napoleon. What do you mean?
Mortimer said Napoleon left the
Not
party
that
early.
I didn't exactly spend my time noting the other guests coming.
Thank you.
Here,
What time did the game...
I can't... As for me, I was exhausted.
Okay, but no, his storyline's up. Lord Mortimer said that him and George Washington went to bed
On your
at
way
12.
up to bed,
Is
did
that what
you
Mortimer
notice
said? Did he say
anything
midnight?
Yes.
out of the ordinary?
No, not in the least. The whole manor was sound asleep.
Did you notice any...
Nothing at all. Except the luck of the dead.
Did they went...
Oh, la la,
Gregory
monsieur, they
was
cleaned us out more like.
Right.
Well, have we finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Carmelite water. They say that if you
Carmelite
drink
water.
this, it gives you a real boost. My dearest son,
My dear
I'm
son.
writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here.
That's his mom.
Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable.
Damn. So he's
It's
being
a
super
beautiful
rushed
weapon. Levi Damask blade.
by his
It's marked with the initials of the bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier.
French soldier.
Go into his bedroom.
The Battle of Alexander at Issus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius. Yet another one with delusions of grandeur. Amber crystals. French actor Talma is Nero in Britannicus, the last emperor of the Caesar dynasty. There's just one holster in Bonaparte's gear, and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition. That's typical of the soldier in him.
My dear Napoleon, as previously agreed,
This is from
I
Lord
would like to
Mortimer.
ask you to join us
Want you
in January
join us
on my
in
island
my
to
island.
participate in the High Society meeting
For a new
organized for the
order?
occasion. You shall be able to continue our discussion about our project for a new order for France. I have a proposition to make to you.
That means he's trying to get rid of the whole order, which might be your mom.
My dear Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January on my island to participate in the High Society.
I don't know. He says put him at the head of France, and he
Okay, you
became
think
the
it's
owner
order-
of
you think
France,
it's an
didn't
order- You think it's order in a different meaning?
he? Yeah.
Okay.
TBH, but you know, Napoleon and fucking George Washington definitely are on my shit list right now. Is this the wrong way I'm going? Yes.
See if you can talk to. Oh, we already talked to him.
Oh shit. This asshole. The guy who's highest on my shit list. Look, there's even a cutscene happening as soon as I enter his room.
What do you want from me, de Richet?
Greetings. It's fallen to me
Cut
that...
the crap! Get to the point. We both know why you're here.
And have you got anything to tell me?
What does it matter? It's too late anyway. Do what you have to do and get out.
Do you need keys, Caleb?
I gave him some.
Oh,
Yeah. That thing there.
heard. He doesn't look well.
It's never too late, sir. If you have something to say, now is the time.
You don't understand. Everything's already written. It's over.
Why is he behaving like the perfect culprit? What is it that's already written? I'm not sure I follow you.
No, you don't.
So he thinks he's being framed. No, that's what he's trying to present to me.
A pattern of force or... Dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation of the western wing of the orphanage. The children you sent are... I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. Dear Monsieur Peru, I have no space left. A Byzant from the Byzantine Empire. A coin often used during the St. Louis era. Great. Honey.
Random book.
Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris. It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris. And there's some well-known names on it. This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around.
Shouldn't be lying around. It should be in my pocket.
I should keep this.
Dear friend, please come and join us. We must meet about the ongoing operations in Paris. A boat will be waiting for you in Calais.
We should film this up so that when
Oh man, I'm not finding anything in here, am I?
you can still talk to him.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
Did you kill Elizabeth Adams? Do you enjoy hitting women? Bye.
Let's get right to it. Are you Elizabeth Adams' murderer?
That is for you to prove, if I'm not mistaken, boy. You weren't expecting me to do all the legwork for you, were you? Lazy man.
Fuck
All
you.
right. Do you enjoy hitting women?
2 days ago, I surprised you having a go at Miss Adams. What happened? Did you want to give her another beating? She wouldn't let you push her around again, huh?
Shut up, you little shit! You have no idea what happened, and here you are, carping away. You think you're investigator of the year. Have you taken a look at yourself, Deriche?
Didn't you get enough beating her black and blue the last time?
I did not!
Why?
Logic.
Nothing. Get away from me.
Just as soon as you stopped treating me like I'm an idiot. If you wanted people to think you were guilty, you couldn't have done any better. So cut the bullshit and come clean now.
I
Yeah, that
can't!
guy's just like
You'll
teabagging
come for
somebody.
revenge.
Who?
No one! Just shut your trap, goddammit! Yes, I was there. Yes, I walked in her blood. You've got all you need to wrap it up. Now scram!
Damn. So, I want to think it's him, but because I think it's him, I don't think it's him. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. It just seems like it's too obvious if it's him, you know what I mean? like, of course it's him. I mean, he was just beating her up.
Decorum guy.
You need to ask.
The dead woman. Who killed you?
Yeah, go to her room. Have you even got
Elizabeth.
Her room?
Elizabeth. Elizabeth. Let's go talk to Wolner. Let's go, like, go through his personal belongings.
Great. Honey.
There's like some shit.
Sorrows of Young Werther. There's a handwritten text signed by von Werner on this first page. Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments you gave me, but I hope that this will nonetheless
Emily said it was
keep
probably a
the memory
passion
alive.
crime.
Your ever-obedient servant. So, Volner had a relationship
Elizabeth's
with
the dead woman?
But that's hardly surprising given his fondness for the occult.
Okay, so he, like, is like Elizabeth Senpai. Right. Damn, dude.
Golden Elixir. A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Oh, of course, it's, he's a fan of the occult. Let's go with L. I. O. We.
Read Elizabeth Adams' fucking, like, biography. No.
Bro, can you hook it up with the mint chocolate chip ice cream? It's kind of close to the left side. Okay. Dog John Adams rejected by her parents at birth. Yeah. Close out 11. Frail young woman with bipolar disorder. Terrible fits. Nothing to cure. As a friend of these guys, he sent his daughter to him and hoped he could help her.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Damn, Bob, you stole a TV?
Her friends brought donations.
Amber. The alchemist is an old man.
Oh, thanks, bro. Hey, wait, can I come? Okay, I'm coming.
Better hurry up.
Yeah, I'm going.
What can I do for you?
Monsieur, Lord Mortimer has appointed me to investigate the tragedy
it's
that
like,
befell us last night.
license plate is
yes.
expired or something.
It's horrible. Yes. How can I help, monsieur?
Excuse me for asking, but did you know Miss Adams?
Oh, she... not really, to tell the truth. No.
I found the Werther dedication, signed by your hand, monsieur. Would you like to change your version now?
Be careful, de Richet. Don't push your luck. My relationship with Miss Adams was pure, and has nothing to do with you. Well, continue playing the detective as you see fit. But if I find the bastard who did that to Elizabeth, I will...
Yes! I would have preferred a simple response, but I see I have my answer now.
Did you love her? Let's start with the things that don't cost us anything.
I get the impression that your romance was over. Am I right?
So? What does it matter to you? I would never have attacked her, if that's what you're insinuating.
Who put an end to the relationship? You or her?
It was her. It was her. But what does that matter? We both agreed.
Exactly how long had you been seeing her?
I have no reason to answer you.
I see. Is that what you want me to tell Lord Mortimer when he asks what I found out?
It's only been a few weeks.
Please, tell me a little more about the nature of your relationship.
That is a personal matter, monsieur.
Were y'all fucking?
Yes, that is true. So, tell me.
All right. It was passion. That's why we couldn't stay together. It scared her.
You loved her, didn't you?
That is none of your damn business.
Your feelings betray you, sir.
So what? Yes. I loved her, like a moth loves the flame of a candle. That's why we could never be together.
Where were you last night?
In my room. I read a few ancient manuscripts before going to bed. But I didn't stay up long. I was tired.
Thank you kindly. We finished.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
have a
done
look around and
degrading.
then take my leave.
Do whatever you have
Thank
to
you for your
do.
time. Hashtag get Shrek. You got your bathroom in the corner all ducked off, a little weird. That French guy at least had his bathtub like in his living room.
Go find the fucking...
Alright, dude. Okay, dude. I just had to explore all the other rooms, had to talk to everybody. Alright.
I don't know, bro. You go to the crime scene last. It was like a pretty terrible detective work.
Everybody's not even here, bro. I missed it. Oh, her body is there. Okay. Alright, alright. Oh. Alright. First thing I noticed right off the bat is there's a man in a Jason mask behind me. Secondly, this room is different than the other rooms. It's only a singular room. Like, what is up with that? Secondly, it's ugly. That's where we were drinking.
A chest with a half-circle pattern.
Score.
An untutored hand copied these notes. Looks like a healing method. Well, that's a pity. The writing is barely legible.
Put that shit in my pocket.
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May. I've been told that you're no better.
I think I've read those before.
time is it?
Clock stopped at 3:54. If it was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime.
So 3 a.m.
4 a.m.
What?
It was like 3:54.
Okay. Nearly 4 in the morning, this chick got shreked in her own room. We go over to her bathtub. Unused, of course, because she
Written in
stinks.
Elizabeth's handwriting. It is written in a mix of several languages. Not too easy to work out.
What an awful diary.
August 24th, 1792. Elizabeth, I'm driven to despair and doubt there is any point in writing to you. I'm not even sure you'll receive my letters. Father controls my...
Napoleon's pistol was missing.
There's also the first pistol missing from that first.
Fairly new, I'd say.
Okay, it's
And
fairly
judging by the
new.
weight of it, fairly light. There's a few dried traces of blood on the grip. Difficult to know for sure how they got there. A tribute engraved on the barrel. To the liberators of France.
Napoleon, or...
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I mean... Well, what if it's Peru stealing Napoleon's gun or something? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Let's check inside the barrel.
It's extremely well maintained. The barrel is
perfectly clean, bro. It's
Oh, I
fucking
know it's Napoleon's.
Gunshot residue.
I know it's Napoleon's.
I'd conclude that it hasn't been used recently.
Okay, Napoleon,
I
your
tried to
gun's
find
in
some.
here. I'm gonna return it to you. Here you go.
Piece of fabric. High quality at that.
Some high fabric,
I'd say it's
high
silk.
quality silk.
Going by the texture
Gray
and the
hue.
gray
A
hue, it
dress.
must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear. Color doesn't correspond to Emily's black outfits, and Elizabeth doesn't have anything quite like this in her wardrobe. Let's take a closer look. It's a little dirty. It must come from the bottom of the dress where it touches the ground. I recognize that moire pattern. It's the same as the travel dress my mother was wearing when she left. But why the hell did she come into this room?
My mom killed her. She was like, "Yep, I'm gonna torture you again," and then just like finish the job.
30 November, 1790.
Yeah, I did read that shit.
You don't want to check out the fucking...
Vials of laudanum. The label shows that this laudanum comes straight from America. I wonder if Washington's involved. Blood spatter indicates that the murder must have held Elizabeth upright during the attack. Even if Elizabeth wasn't very big, I doubt she wouldn't have put up a struggle. It takes tremendous strength to overpower someone like that. Pentagram? What the hell's been going on here? I wonder if Elizabeth's death has anything at all to do with this pentagram. If a ritual went wrong and degenerated, Elizabeth would probably have been killed in the center of the pentagram, not 3 meters from here. That's strange. The handprint on the handle is really small. I can't imagine a man with a hand that size. It must be from a woman's hand.
Yeah, I think it's your mom.
Yeah.
You can still do other shit with the knife, yeah.
The blade is short and thin. Well sharpened, apparently. It's covered in blood. Still fresh. The lower part of the handle is unsullied by blood. The murderer gripped the weapon so tight that there's no blood where he held it. The handprint indicates a small and slender hand. Poor girl bled to death. Whoever left that footprint has boats for feet. That's at least a size 15. Where's a size like that here?
What the hell?
Peru?
Small, slender hand.
Washington, maybe.
Large feet.
Peru did say he walked in the blood.
True.
Knocked over a bottle of wine. Same thing Elizabeth served me last night. Still just as disgusting. I don't know what's happened to this wine, but it's undrinkable.
You get stabbed a bunch of times, bro. You're not gonna look pretty.
She wasn't looking too hot before then either, though.
Oh, now you're really fucked up. You got 9 holes bleeding. Let's check her head out.
I see no sign
Still
of
ugly.
bruising on the skull. The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy. Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she went through all that. That's torture. She also has old scars around the neck, maybe mutilations. She bled from the nose. There's signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising. There's signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising.
Oh, what the hell?
There's signs of bleeding, but
The same
I don't
thing.
see any traces of bruising.
Oh, God.
What a strange smell. Laudanum. Certain courtiers use it to get drunk. If taken in large quantities, it can provoke fits of madness. No wounds, but blood on the right hand. Nothing on the left except that tattooed symbol. No marks or bruising around the wrists. Doesn't look like she was tied up or held by force. There are numerous marks on the body. She must have fought like a lion. It couldn't have happened without a lot of noise. There are also a number of old scars. People who scar themselves in this way generally do so to relieve some kind of psychological suffering. By trying to master the pain, they establish their self-control. Scarring, ugh. Scarring isn't very regular, but they're mostly from old cuts.
Damn.
That's why you gotta be good at that fucking
I know something.
occult shit, bro.
Blood, but no trace of blows on the legs. The direction of the blood streaks caused by the wounds to the thorax show that she was standing when she lost blood.
Interesting.
This proves that she was standing when she was assassinated. Possibly held by someone or something. More tattoos, similar to those on the rest of her body.
Yo, Cryptic. Thanks for the love, man.
Let me take my hat off.
check out the upper body.
9 wounds on the thorax with a lot of blood. At first sight, I'd say that's what caused her death.
Yeah.
Observe the wounds.
So the wounds were inflicted from a precise angle, as if the murderer was standing behind Elizabeth. Some of these tattoos are veritable works of... What's that? The skin between her breasts is different. Bloody hell! This tattoo was drawn on a page of leather and stitched onto her skin. Probably during childhood. If the scars are anything to go by. It's the same kind of tattoo as on the rest of her body.
Oh, shit.
You're done for.
Jack Old Beats. Alright, my daughter taking my computer for a bit. What's up, man?
Some of these tattoos are veritable works of...
Damn, bro. And there's a pentagram on the ceiling as well. Dude, honestly, bro.
Piece of fabric.
Has finished with this room?
This is some crazy shit. Dude, this game is honestly fucking really crazy. Sir, finished with this room. Who made such a mess of this room?
Who could have made such a mess of this room?
Miss Adams, sir. We were given orders to leave the room as it was, so as not to rush her.
Did she have a fight with someone to get the room into this state?
Not that I know of, sir. Miss Adams would sometimes throw a tantrum, during which she would destroy anything that came to hand. Lord Mortimer told us not to enter the room.
Thanks for that information.
You are welcome, sir. Has sir finished with this room?
I know enough now. Thank you.
Very well, sir. Sir may return whenever need be.
Okay.
I shall guard the door.
So let's think, man. So she got murdered from behind. Somebody like stabbed into her chest like 9 times with this small knife, which isn't actually that small. Pretty damn big little blade. Just stabbed. There's a piece of my mom's cloth over there. I don't know, man. Maybe I should go talk to... Alright. Well, the closest guy I have in arm's reach is this guy. I can talk to this guy about why his gun's over there.
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are...
As any good soldier would,
Oh, well, if you really want to, here is my...
Do you have several of these?
In Corsica, oui, but not on me when I am traveling. Only a bon...
Thank you.
Well, have we finished, monsieur?
John. Exactly. He has his pistol on him.
We should wait.
So it's probably Peru guy, dude. Right? It has to be. Well,
It said there were lady fingers on the knife handle.
I don't know, maybe he's got some feminine hands, dude. I am too, but like, fuck, bro. I'm just bad.
What can I do for you, Louis?
I found a torn piece of dress.
Where's it from?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Good Lord, Louis. Do you really... If this piece of dress isn't from Elizabeth, I don't have any grey silk dresses.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Lou.
Thank you.
Are you all... You know, I'm sure there's a good reason why your mother was at the scene.
Thank you. We found the murder.
What is it?
A dagger.
Have you found...
Not yet. Still searching as it happens. The handprint was a very slim...
Do you realize what that means? Bearing in mind that neither my sister nor myself had any reason to set upon the young lady.
I know, Emily.
Keep up your courage, Louis.
If what you say is true, Emily... I won't keep you, Emily. Thank you for answering my questions.
See you, Louis.
Okay, so I think I need to go up here. Maybe I can get some more answers from Mortimer. Oh my god. Please somebody put a bullet in me. Jesus Christ. Alright, we're back up here. Yeah, you got anything to say?
Oh, that's...
I saw... But you...
Oh, don't... I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
Will you remind me of the facts we already know about?
Elizabeth Adams was killed.
Elizabeth got murked last
Piaggi
night.
was with Holm and I until late at night.
Holm,
As for
Piaggi, and
Bonaparte
Mortimer
and Washington,
were chilling.
They left
at
us after
3.
midnight, both tired.
Washington, Bonaparte dipped at 12.
I believe I've identified the murderer.
Really, Louis? All right then. Please think carefully before you give me your answer. This
You ain't gotta
is a
tell me
very,
twice.
very serious accusation.
I'm going to need a bit more time to review my findings.
I do understand.
I've come to...
I'm listening.
I'm sorry, my lord, but...
Really? I see. Given the distinguished guests and the sensitive political issues involved at the conference, I trust you'll leave me to conclude. Right.
Oh, we're talking about my mom. Oh, shit.
She seems to be making every effort to steer clear of your guests.
What do you mean?
For the past few weeks, my mother's been playing cat and mouse, if you will. I don't know why, but it wouldn't surprise me to learn that she's trying to avoid someone. The question is, who?
And in your opinion, would she be the cat or the mouse?
Knowing my mother, she would be the cat.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities, and yours, in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the cannon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I see. So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him because I have a firm conviction that he can go far.
We shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me. Did my mother intend to finance a war? I'm not sure that I follow.
No, your mother's aim was not so much to partake in a war, but rather to make Monsieur Bonaparte accountable. France is in turmoil, and having the support of a military man can often come in handy, Louis. You'll see. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play, and I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference, would you do me the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much. In this way, you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what he said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here. Is there an off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
If only my mother had trusted me, but she remained very mysterious. I'd have been delighted to answer your question.
Is this usual for her?
As head of the Order, secrets are her bread and butter, as you can imagine. That said, it's the first time she hasn't let me in on the reason for her trip. And it intrigues me, to tell you the truth.
Well, I am sure that Sarah will explain everything once she reappears. There's something I still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
Maybe she found something out.
What do you mean?
My mother has a gift for investigating. If she had picked up a lead, nothing would have stopped her.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. At the beginning of her stay here, we enjoyed spending time together, solving the world's problems.
You seem to know my mother very well, my lord. What did you talk about together?
Oh, as soon as we had a little free time, we liked to share points of view about practically any subject. We would find ourselves embarked on interminable discussions that could go from Monsieur Blanchard's flight in a hot air balloon to the Treaty of Jassy, or the adoption of the metric system in France last year.
or even Mr. Eli Whitney's invention in the United States.
My mother must have undoubtedly taken great pleasure in these exchanges. She always was one to appreciate broadening her knowledge. I'm surprised she didn't get you started on the Crusades. It was her favorite subject.
Are you joking? Sarah and I spent entire days together reliving them. It so happens that the Crusades are also my subject of predilection, especially the Third. My ancestor distinguished himself brilliantly during the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Unfortunately, my lord, the Crusades are not my chosen field.
Well, it doesn't matter. You have plenty of time to learn. Your mother is a very well-read woman. You're quite lucky to have her as a model, Louis.
Yes, I know, but I'm still very worried.
I must admit, there are worse things to worry about now, Louis.
What do you mean?
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once. Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. She resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister. And she shot her with a pistol. Then, before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on.
That means my vision on the wharf, it was actually happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that?
Excuse me, but between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation. Until the day came when she purely and simply disappeared.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
One last thing, although I don't know if there is a connection.
I'm listening.
A gate was forced the other night near the wharf. Nothing serious, just a few small things damaged.
Sorry, my lord, but I was searching for leads to my mother. I thought I was hot on her trail and didn't take any precautions.
Well, you could have reported it to a servant. But never mind. I shall put it down to your ardor and anxiety. However, please try to respect my estate in future.
I certainly will. Please accept my sincerest apologies.
That's all I can tell you about the disappearance of your mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
I shall stay on her trail and follow up any leads.
Thank you. We will meet later on to welcome our last guest. In the meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
Thank you.
Damn.
The room is just opposite Mortimer's
There's a
study.
lot happening on this day, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Just like trying to figure out what happened to the homegirl, Elizabeth. Shit. Or is the tower room, bro? never been in this room before.
Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured. What is this disc?
Lodestone.
The door appears to be locked on the other side. I think I heard something fall to the ground. A metallic sound, like a key falling to the floor. I'm gonna need something to help me get the key that fell on the floor. The door was closed from the inside. Would Mother have provided something within reach to recover it?
The
Let's see if it
lodestone.
works.
Of course. The object I found in the room would help me open the door in that room.
It's open. Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. It looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust. St. John, painted by Guido Reni.
St. John.
The New Testament. This book is incredibly precious. For what thanks can we render to God again for you, for all the joy we found in you before our God? A chest with the occult symbol representing air. St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. I don't know, what does that mean? So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe? So we have the figure 11 twice, and a story of a group of pilgrims. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul, but what's the story with these pilgrims? But he that hateth his brother is in darkness, and walketh in darkness, and knoweth not whither he goeth, because that darkness hath blinded his eyes. St. Paul painted by Guido Reni.
St. Paul.
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew, painted by Guido Reni. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord. And it came to pass the day after that he went into a city called Nain, and many Paul and Silvanus and Timotheus unto the church of the Thessalonians, which is in grace be unto painting of Saint Mark from the collection of the pop.
Saint Mark.
Saint John.
Saint John. This is Matthew.
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew. He's represented.
Let's go look at these things again.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. St. Paul is strange. There's a small... Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. No, what does that mean? So we have the figure and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be...
Oh.
But that which beareth thorns and briar. Here's a message. There are some complications. Indeed, the Prussian is insistent. What's happening at your end? Do you need help? If tonight is not possible, let's see tomorrow evening, in the South Room, where we reviewed the situation. When Paul understood that only the axe counted, he went back on his tracks. I await your confirmation to his left, in the company of the pilgrims that have joined him. Yeah, this last comment is about their code. I should find new pilgrims near Paul. Of Saint Mark from the collection of the apostles by Guido Reni. Several portraits of apostles. Looks like someone touched
I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Fuck.
And it came to pass in those days that Jesus came. And behold, then came together unto him. And as they did eat, Jesus took take. I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God for to provoke. Wait! A note from Mother is carefully folded between the pages here. What does it say? Dear E, I'm glad you found this note. I was afraid the code of the two groups of pilgrims would mislead you. Pick up the package. You know where, and hide it where no one will find it. It's imperative. Awaiting your reply. Hidden behind the youngest apostle. What? The youngest apostle? What does Mother mean by that?
That guy looks old. He looks kind of young. It's probably this guy though.
The painting looks like it's been taken down recently. But wasn't my mother said that she would wait for an answer hidden behind the apostle? Ah, of course. There's something written behind the painting. On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add one companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean? St. John is the only apostle painted in this gallery who... Hey, wait! That... Right! This painting is therefore associated with the answer which you had to... Now, I just... They should add a companion to their left and 3 to their... I imagine it applies to their code. The one... What's this? A group of pilgrims who Paul was talking to, and now John is telling them prophet... Several portraits of looks like St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. Of the 4 apostles shown in this piece, Paul is... There's something else. It says half of each group will join the first city of... What the hell? And he became very hungry. Hey, we must elate as a... What did Mother mean by, I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare? I must go beyond the nightmare.
What the hell? How did I even figure that out, bro? I just clicked on some random one. I must go by the nightmare. It's probably literal. It's probably allegorical. What's allegorical mean?
1 second.
A-L-L-E-G-O-R. I call.
A story, poem, or picture with that can be interpreted to reveal a hidden meaning.
I'm guessing it's a metaphor. I need to figure out what this means. Mortimer's getting his guests together. I ought to join them so I don't look suspicious.
Oh god. I did not understand my mother's message, bro. No. I could have found the conversation between my mother and her partner. I discovered my mother's message though.